I love this camera. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. It is Sunday, December 29th, 2024. And I'm just now starting the vlog this weekend. I've been busy editing YouTube videos on my other channels. Also, if you don't know, and I know some of you already do, I have a review channel that's, dedicated to reviews. It's called Paradigm Review. I've said this before, but I love the word paradigm. I always have. I always thought it sounded futuristic, or I don't know. It's fun to say. Paradigm. So I was like, what can I call this channel? I named it Paradigm Review. The first video is linked below. It is me trying the Taco Bell chicken nuggets. So check that out. Anyway, I am currently headed to Kohl's. The sun is in my eyes as usual. Currently headed to Kohl's to return some Amazon things. And yes, if you've not noticed, or maybe you have noticed already, I shaved my head and turned my homeless-looking growing beard into a manageable, civilized goatee. So, there you go. But yeah, I do all this like in the mirror, I used to pay for haircuts back in the day. I don't do that anymore. I feel like it's a waste of time. And it's not hard. I have a Remington razor or shaver or trimmer, I don't know what you call it, a hair cutter, I don't know, that is concave, so shaped like this, and it's meant to buzz your head, which is why it's a concave blade, and it works so well. I think it was like $70. I bought it during the pandemic, so I don't know if they still make it or not, but it's on Amazon. If you just like search Remington shaver, I don't know. If I find it, I'll link it below as well. But yeah, so nice to have that done. It's nice to feel groomed, So anyway, yeah. So today I do plan on doing some cleaning and downsizing. I'm getting an early start on 2025. I said in David's Christmas YouTube holiday, is that what it's called? I think it's what it's called. I said that I wanted to grow my savings, and I am already doing that. But also, I'm downsizing. That's another big thing. I should have said that too. I didn't think about it until afterwards, but it's okay. Is that Dodge Stratus? I've not seen one of those in so long. Speaking of cars you don't see anymore, you really don't see, that Dodge Stratus. You also don't see the Dodge Intrepid, the Dodge Magnum, Dodge Neon. Do you all remember the Dodge Neon? I used to hate that car because I saw it everywhere, and then you don't. And I think there was a Plymouth Neon too, if I'm not mistaken. Dodge and Plymouth, same company. But now when you see it like a Dodge Neon or a Plymouth Neon, it's like rare. It's weird. So, and speaking of weird, Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi are becoming one company, or at least joining forces, kind of like what Chevy and GMC and Saturn and Pontiac. Is that all of them? I'm sure. Oh, Cadillac. There's another one. I think they're doing what that group of companies did. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, for sure. Definitely interesting to see. So, but yeah, for now, I'm actually headed to my UPS mailbox. My new one. I got rid of the old one. As you saw, the address changed from Kansas City, Missouri to Shawnee, Kansas. I had a falling out with the manager at the old one. Can't stand the guy. He's money hungry, greed, and he knows it, and I called him out on it too. So, and then I left the 1-star review on Google. So there's that. But these new people in Shawnee, they're super nice, way more helpful, and yeah, I'm enjoying being over there instead. Been over there for 2 months already. So, but yeah, I will. Probably I'm not going to vlog inside Kohl's. I mean, unless I see something crazy, which I doubt I will. I can't stand people who drive stupid. This dude can cut in front of 4 cars, including me, to get in the lane that he almost missed out on. Without using a blinker, too. Imagine driving a Jeep Cherokee and doing that. Does anybody else hate the brand Jeep? I hate Jeep. This is a brand I've never understood or liked. It's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't see the appeal, I guess. I don't know. Like, Hummer is also a military vehicle, but I actually like Hummers. But Jeep as a brand, especially you have like the Compass, the Patriot. You know, I don't, Liberty, that's it. I couldn't think of it. Liberty is probably like one of the worst models. I've Renegade. I hate that one. I hate the taillights of the Renegade. The taillights of the Renegade. Let's put white X's in the middle of the red cover. Why not? It reminds me of like Windows XP. You're closing out of a window. You hit the red X, even though the X is technically white, with a red outer shell on the button. It's the exact same look. And the Renegade is definitely the most offending model in my opinion. I do not like the Jeep brand at all. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. But clearly they sell. So for me, it's obviously a personal preference. I really don't care who buys what. But Jeep, I'll never own one. I do not like that brand. I don't. Okay, now that I've got my Jeep brand out of the way, sure, wear a hat or something. My eyes have always been sensitive to sunlight, and even more so now that I have this retinopathy eye disease. Like, everything's super bright. I should really wear sunglasses, but I always forget. So, okay, I will be right back. I'm at my UPS store mailbox to deliver a package from eBay. Okay, I'm just gonna leave the I almost said Canon. I'm gonna leave the camera running. Okay, BRB. Okay, that was easy. UPS SurePost. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with UPS SurePost. First of all, it's cheaper than USPS Ground, which is weird because it didn't used to be that way until recently. But they're competing with USPS. I get why. So, eBay recently added SurePost, and whatever the FedEx equivalent of SurePost is, I think it's SmartPost. But the only downside is, you can't drop it off at the post office, even though it's got USPS barcode on the bottom half of the label. The top half is UPS, and they specify that if you drop off a SmartPost or a SurePost package to USPS, the USPS will destroy it, and by that they'll probably just auction it off and not deliver your package. So, very important that you always drop off a SmartPost or a SurePost at either UPS or FedEx, and not USPS, despite going through USPS over time. Because those labels are cheaper, what they do is UPS delivers to USPS. It goes to a USPS in the city of that package's destination that it's headed to. And then that USPS makes final delivery to the customer, which is why I guess it's cheaper. So, now you know. Okay, so Kohl's, and I forgot I have to drop off one of these. Because I got 3 Amazon returns. I have to drop 2 of them off at Kohl's, and then 1 of them off at Whole Foods. So, I'd have done it all at Whole Foods, but it didn't give me the option on the app. So I just chose Kohl's and Whole Foods. Not a big deal. Nothing wrong with a little driving. Dude, I love this camera. It's so versatile. The fact that it auto flips the footage depending on how the camera is presented in real life. Like right now, it's upside down on a mount on my windshield. But to you guys, it's right side up. And I love that it knows how to do that. This whole gimbal technology is so cool. It really is. Okay. It's actually a nice day today. Despite it being December, it's 60 degrees out. Okay. Be right back. All right, here's something you'll see every day. Let me go ahead and turn the camera. I love this camera so much. Look at that very old, like late 80s, early 90s Nissan Sentra. I used to see these all the time. You just don't see them anymore. I think it's a classic, even though that one's in pretty poor condition. It's crazy that cars like that are becoming classics now. So, I was just saying the other day to my brother Josiah, I believe, that the Dodge Magnum, the 2005 Dodge Magnum, is approaching 25 years old, and in the state of Kansas, 25 years old means you get the antique plate, license plate. The Dodge Magnum is considered an antique now, which just shows you how much time really flies. Because I was a teenager when that car came out, and now I'm 36. That just blows my mind that the Dodge Magnum would now be considered an antique in the state of Kansas. That's a beautiful BMW. If there's one thing I love, is BMW. That is a solid car brand with a very dedicated fan base. That and Mercedes-Benz. I love both of those brands, obviously. I have the Mercedes-Benz tattooed on my arm, for those who don't know. The logo is on my arm. I love the brand. And it's my favorite car brand of all time, and I strive to own one someday. Could be my next car for all I know. So. Ew, a yellow Renegade with the taillights that I was just talking about. I don't get it. Why do people love that thing? And they're obviously successful. I see them everywhere, but they're just ugly. It's kind of like the Kia Soul. Like, that's got a cult following too for some reason. I think it's the hamster commercials. So, and no offense to you guys if you all drive Jeeps and Kias and all that. And I do love Kia. I just don't like the Kia Soul. Not the worst car. I would probably own one if I had to. Let me put it like this. I would pick the Kia Soul over the Jeep Renegade. Okay, now to Whole Foods. And then I think that's all I'm doing. I think I'm going back home after that. So, no, I do have to make a deposit in my bank. So I will do that because I have money to put in the bank account. So I will do that and then I'll head home. Do you know what else has a cult following? The VW Beetle. Oh, it's a puppy. I love when people wave. They're nice. And they're thankful that I didn't blow through a stop sign and plow them over. I just like when they wave nicely. I wave back always. I'm just always like, yeah, no problem. You go. After you. So. Also, shout out to David and Logan last night. I didn't end up streaming because I got on so late because I was watching the finale of season 2 of Squid Games. Which, by the way, love it. I know some people are going to hate it, okay? And that's fine. Because, spoiler alert, well, slight spoiler. Squid Games 2 is so good. The first one was great too. But there are people who are disappointed, and again, spoiler, because it's not all about the games this season. There's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. Like, it's so good. Kind of predictable at times, but that's not a bad thing in my opinion. It's so good. I enjoyed watching it. I think I watched episodes 3 through 7 all yesterday. That's what I did all day. And edit video. So. But, getting off track, yeah, shout out to Logan and David for the streams last night. It was fun. Being on stream with Joey and David and Logan and Chelsea and Colin and Cupid and Donner and Blixen. I clearly don't know the names of the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeers. Yes, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers, not the reindeers. Yeah. Clearly I don't know that whole sentence. Clearly I don't know the names of the reindeers in the song. I just said Blixen and Donner. That's not a name. Is that a name? Is that a name? I don't know. Who cares? Christmas is over. But Logan and his 48-hour streams are hilarious because this dude spends 40 of the 48 hours asleep. But there's a caveat to that. Logan, I'm calling you out. Jokingly. but it's kind of funny. This dude can't even commit to sleeping on stream. He gotta play some pre-recorded of him sleeping, which is funny to me. Kind of clever. However, what if somebody was like talking to him like actively? You know, there's no way he's just sleeping. But I don't think anybody noticed. However, I was later told that he texted David and told David that he had a pre-recorded him sleeping on stream while he was like doing other things. This dude cannot commit to a 48-hour stream. First of all, why would you want to commit to a 48-hour stream? That's the first question. Second of all, if you're going to do it, then actually do it. You know what I mean? And don't just sit there and watch stuff all day. Like, there are streamers who do real 48-hour streams, and I think they're insane for doing it. But they be like playing games all the time. You know, or just doing just chatting or something. Loki will stream him sleeping in real life and pre-recorded, clearly. And then he'll just watch YouTube and not say anything the whole time. I'm like, this guy. And then he'll play like an hour of Fortnite. And that's a 48-hour stream. But he's not really streaming for 48 hours if he just sits there only some of the time. And the other time he's not even there. Or he's asleep. I don't know. Like, it's a challenge that he does, but by himself and for himself, and doesn't even do it, technically. Because half the time he's not even in front of his computer. Logan, I'm not being mean. I'm poking fun. However, it is funny. Let's be real. You're not really doing 40-hour streams. Just because you're live 48 hours doesn't mean you're there 48 hours, you know? So, and yes, that is a huge commitment. Then it's like, then don't do it, you know? There's nothing wrong with a 6-hour stream. Hell, yeah, if I do 4 hours, I'm exhausted, you know? That's about the max. Like the other day, or last week, or week before, I did like 8 hours. I said never again. Now, I probably will do it again, just I don't do it all the time. I used to be able to do 8, 9, 10, 12-hour streams in my 20s. Some of y'all remember that. I don't do that anymore. I don't have the health for that, first of all. Okay? I don't have the patience, nor the stamina. About 3 hours in, I'm like, am I still streaming? I'm kind of done. That's just how I am. We're there for a good night. We're there for a good time, not a long time, you know? I mean, even Vine Sauce, he'll do like 4 or 5 hour streams and he's done, you know? Germa will do 6 or 7 hour streams and then he's done for months, you know? And then Joel, Voxkeletor Joel, part of Vine Sauce, he'll do 2 or 3 hour streams and he's done. It's because we all have, you know, lives. I act like I'm talking like I know them personally, but I'm just saying, everybody's got a life, you know? And spending it streaming for 8, 9 hours a day, every day, some of these streamers do it like that, though. I don't know. I mean, maybe the money motivates them to do it, but even then, I'd be like, I gotta stand up. I gotta do something else. I don't want to be looking at this monitor all day, or these monitors all day, you know? So, like, today I was supposed to, you know, I do Sunday streams every Sunday at 3 o'clock, and it's 3:06 right now. I'm not doing one today. I just don't feel like it. I want to clean up my office. I want to clean up my bedroom. I want to clean up downstairs a little bit. Get things a little bit more organized. It's kind of chaotic after Christmas, and so I just want to get my life more organized. I got a bunch of stuff I want to listen to eBay. I do have some editing I want to do, and I'm going to do all that, you know, so it's just, I have a life outside of streaming, and you all know that, you know. YouTube comes before streaming. I do that way more often than I do streaming. So, in fact, you know, as recently as 6 months ago, I took a 2-year hiatus from streaming. Just didn't do it. eBay and YouTube were like the main thing I did in my free time, and they still are. So, but I'm now, you know, juggling all three. So it is what it is. I am thirsty as hell. I want something to drink. Maybe I'll get a unsweet raspberry tea from Quick Trip. I might just do that, actually. That sounds like a good idea. Mayhaps. I will. It's nice to have a shaved head again, even though it wasn't even that long. I was just tired of it already. So, I was like, well, I'm already, you know, shaving my beard. Might as well shave my head. So that's what I did. Get it all done at once. Brother, you're in my lane. Get out of my lane. That is one clean Toyota Tundra. I would love to own a Toyota Tundra someday. But it's like, what, 80 grand nowadays? Trucks are like luxury vehicles now. So in March, or springtime, probably May, probably June, I don't know. But season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale, it'll be the 6th and final season premieres. I'm excited for that. It's been 2 or 3 years now? Bro, we're gonna need a heavy recap at the beginning, because I'm gonna forget. I've forgotten like half of the story, I'm sure. Not really, but I got the gist of it still in my head, but I'm sure I've forgotten certain details. That's how it is. You forget. The longer something goes without being updated, the more you are likely to forget some aspects of the story. It's just how we are as humans. There, now you can see what I see. Kind of. There we go. That's more straight. Whole Foods is chaotic. I'm in Whole Foods right now, actually. This one's new, too, and I love it. But it's so chaotic to park in. It's always crazy. Okay, in theory, this won't take long. So, yeah.
No. Our love was supposed to be sacred. You never listen.
Okay. I forgot how cold it was outside. So, it is 12:48, and I'm currently headed home. It's weird seeing my dash says 1/1/2025. I don't know why, but I feel so good about this year. I really do. And I've not felt that way since like 2015, actually. And 2015 was a great year for me. That was back when I got into college. I bought a Lexus. Bought a MacBook, gold MacBook that year. I bought a couple cameras that year. Like, 2015 was a good year. And I have that same feeling. I don't know why, but I have that same feeling that 2025 is going to be phenomenal for me. So, I'm excited. Anyway, totally off track. Nosferatu. What a movie. Oh, I see why people said it was so good. There are a few people I noticed that said it was boring, had a boring plot, and was like cold or stiff or something like that. I forget what the exact word was. But I'm like, y'all tripping. That was first of all, if you don't know anything about the story of Nosferatu, then yeah, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. But what got me into the story originally was SpongeBob. You guys remember the episode where SpongeBob and Squidward are working overnight shifts at the Krusty Krab, and the lights keep flickering and they keep spooking each other out, basically. And by the end of it all, they're figuring out what's making everything like creepy and scary. And the last thing was, well, why lights still flickering? And it's a joke that goes over most kids' heads because kids don't watch Nosferatu. But what ends up happening is the camera pans over to Nosferatu, who's flicking the light switch on and off. And I'm like, and what's funny is because even in 1922, it's still a creepy looking image, right? But they doctored it up a little bit for a kid's show and made him smiling, but like not a creepy smile, just like a regular smile. And he was flipping the light switch on and off. And ever since then, I was like, wait, what's Nosferatu? I never heard of it until SpongeBob SquarePants. And basically, Nosferatu is Dracula. However, in 1922, Dracula was copyrighted. It still might be. I don't know. I don't think it would be after over 100 years later, but who knows? And so the German writer didn't name it Dracula. He named it Nosferatu, which means, I think it means Dracula or vampire. No, it means vampire in German, I'm pretty sure. Or Romanian? Maybe Romanian? Maybe nothing's Germany. Maybe it's all Romanian. Either way, it means vampire in some other language. So, brilliant movie. Honestly. So good. William Dafoe, I thought he played the Count. You know, Nosferatu. But it was not him. He was I don't know if he's a witch doctor or if he's a priest or what he is. But my tire's a little low in the front. But he was definitely in it, but like not till like a third of the way, like 1/3 of the way through is when they start showing William Dafoe. But it's definitely like creepy. It's really good. I forget her name, Rose something Depp. I don't know if she's related to Johnny Depp or not. She played her role phenomenally, and I forget, is her name Emily in the movie? Emily? Starts with an E, I think. Anyway, her and Thomas, and others over time, are tormented by Nosferatu when they go to sleep. You know, he's basically feeding off of their bodies when they sleep. And there's more to it than that. But things start getting worse, you know. Nosferatu's reach, like, takes over the whole town, you know, and everybody's getting, like, tormented and fed off of by him. And I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen the new movie, but there's a scene with kids in it that I didn't think would be allowed to be in the movie, just because of how violent it is. But I see why it's rated R, and there's a lot of violence and blood and a lot of gore as well. So if you're into all that like I am, like, you'll enjoy it definitely. Don't take your kids to it though. It's really graphic. I like that it's based in 1838 or 1800s, because everybody has the top hats, and everybody, like, even when they're not dressed up, they're like still dressed up, if that makes sense. It's so good. It's phenomenal. But yeah, William Dafoe, he's, I don't know if he's like a medium or what he is. He kind of reminded me of this. It's kind of the same role. You guys know the old lady from, like, Paranormal Activity, right? She's always, like, knows more about the people who are experiencing these demons than the people experiencing them do, you know? I felt like he played her role, if that makes sense. But I think she's a witch doctor or medium or whatever in Paranormal Activity. I'm not sure, because he as soon as, like, he realized it was a demonic spirit and not her just having, you know, bad dreams and all that, he got really biblical about it. So, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. That is the difference between his role and then the lady in Paranormal Activity, because she gets all like, oh, we need to do a seance, and he's like not doing all that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, if I were to give it a rating, and I've not checked Rotten Tomatoes, I know they score out of 100. For me, I think I'd rate it 85 out of 100. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes has it at. And I don't think there's any movie out there that's a perfect 100. But 85, I think, is pretty fair. So, and why not 95, you're probably wondering. I think they could have explained it a little bit more in terms of, if you're going in blind and don't know anything about the story like I do, then you'd probably be lost. Like when I went to go see Dune, I still don't know what that movie's about. I sat there thinking, okay, surely within these 3 hours I'm going to figure out what's going on. Never did. Watched all 3 hours of it in the theater. And my first question to my friend next to me was, what did we just watch? Because I am lost. And he started laughing. He was definitely more into it than I was. Because all I can think of with Dune is it's Star Wars, but with spices. I still don't know the story, and I don't care to know the story at this point. You know? It's one of those, when somebody told me that I needed to read the books first and then watch the movie, and if I gotta do all that just to understand a movie, I'm good. You know, Hunger Games, I went in blind. I understood what was going on, though. I never read the books, but I understood Hunger Games. Matrix, I understood. I don't think Matrix had books. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Godfather, I understood from the start. So I'm just like, Dune just doesn't do that. It's definitely a you had to be there kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it's got a following, and that's cool to all the people who were born in the 70s or whatever. And what came up? Face tracking? Okay. Or, you know, they were old enough when the original movie came out in the 80s to understand what was going on. Good for you guys. You know, props. Because I definitely don't. You know, I went in blind with Star Wars and Star Trek, and I still understand both of those. I also prefer Star Trek over Star Wars. Shout out to Alfred. But, yeah. Nosferatu was amazing. It was. 85 out of 100. Again, had it just had a little bit more explanation, then it would have been a higher score. But, you know, that's very minor, honestly. So, maybe I'll even say 90 out of 100. You know what? I will. 85 out of 100 is 90 out of 100. Yeah. So, but, yeah. Great story. I'm glad I did that on New Year's. And Happy New Year, everybody. January 1st. Here we are. And with that being said, I am almost home. My night is just getting started. I'm going to be up for a few more hours at least. Playing, almost said Overwatch. Ugh, I haven't played that game in a year or more. Ugh. Marvel Rivals destroys Overwatch. And that's coming from an OG. I was there for the midnight launch of Overwatch in 2016. Okay. So I'm allowed to have that opinion. Alright. So, anyway, oh, that's what the message was. It turned off face tracking because it couldn't read my face for a certain amount of time. I think it was doing that too much, but that's okay. It's ease what it is. Also, I love this camera. I do. That being said, I think I'm going to treat myself in 2025. Well, obviously I'm going to have to because it's already 2025. I think I'm going to treat myself in about a month to the not GoPro. Ugh, I'm never going back to GoPro. I don't like GoPro as a brand. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they've fallen off so hard. But I think, in addition to using this to vlog with, which will still be the main camera, I think I'm going to also get the DJI Action 5 Pro. The DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. That's a long name. In addition to this, I love the Pocket 3. But if I want to vlog like in a movie theater, this thing's too big. You know, I dedicated a whole pocket to it because I didn't want it to get messed up. So, but you know, that'll be for like instances where if I'm trying to vlog in the movie theater like I did tonight, you know, then I would obviously take the Action 5 Pro. So yeah, I think I'm gonna, when the Insta360 X3 sells and the Panasonic Lumix G7 and all its lenses sell, I'm gonna treat myself to the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro and just go all DJI. And you know, with the exception to the Sony, what do I have? What is it? The Sony. I forgot the model number completely. You know, the Sony camera I bought last year. I'm going to keep that one, obviously. So I'll have that camera and both DJI small cameras. Call it a day. All right. I talked long enough that I'm pulling up to the house. Perfect timing. So I apparently had quite a bit to say. All right. Yeah, see you all in the next clip, I guess.